Have you ever wondered how to build an online learning community? I have been both an online teacher and an online student for the past decade and a half, almost 2 decades now. I know you're busy, so let's fast forward through all of the experience I have and give you everything you need to know in order to create an engaged, exciting online course. We'll talk about the counterintuitive mistake that most course creators make, the step you can't skip or else, and how to keep students coming back for more. For some reason, no matter how long they've been teaching, so many of my clients come to me with the same situation. They're all incredible teachers in person. They all have this fantastic way of connecting with their students, even if they're just sitting in a networking event or sitting in a group of friends. Their ability to communicate that information, to impart that knowledge is bar none. But for some reason, when they get online, their personality completely changes. They get into their head that because they're creating an online course, that means that they don't have to connect with their students anymore. They think that online courses, just because they're more connected through technology, means that we don't need to have that person-to-person connection anymore. And I hate to say it, but that couldn't be further from the truth. It seems so counterintuitive to push your students away. We know that the best way to connect with our people, regardless if they're our students or our friends or our kids or our partners, the best way to connect with them and to impart knowledge is to talk to them, to engage with them, to realize that they're people and to talk. What a crazy idea, right? So in your online course, make sure that you're building personal connections, that you have opportunities built in for you to connect with your people and get to know them, but also so that your people can get to know each other. When you build up larger networks, when you allow your students to connect with other people who are also going to help move their movements forward, that is when you become significantly more authoritative and influential. It feels counterintuitive as well to give away that much of your power. But really, that's how you get much more back. Talking about connections, introduce yourself down in the comments below. Let us know who you are, what are you into, and let's have a mini networking party down in the comments. The step that most course creators online make, that they definitely regret, I know I did it as well, I totally didn't think it was that important to do, but then I ran through my course a few times, came up with a whole lot of headaches, and realized it all could have been solved if I hadn't have skipped this one simple step. So what do you think it is? Let us know in the comments. Okay, so seriously, I'll tell you what it is. What I want you guys to think about is setting the tone of what is appropriate etiquette within your class. What is the appropriate way that we talk to each other? We talked about previously the importance of talking to each other. Now we're going to set the ground rules for what our netiquette is going to be. In other words, we're talking about our rules of engagement. We want to create dynamic conversations, but we also want to make sure that we're creating a space where students feel like it's okay to be a little bit vulnerable and try out new ideas. We want that space in our course because that's where our people are going to be incubated. That's where they're practicing. That's where they're growing. And when they're ready to spread their wings, then they go out into the big bad world. There's nothing we can do once they get out there. But within the walls of our course, we can create a space that is nurturing and incubating as they learn. And it's all because we set the right ground rules. So setting those tones and in the way that we engage with each other, you can set them by example, you can set them clearly outright as well, which is what I recommend doing, having a section of your course just to quickly go over that. You can get really in depth if you want to have deep engagement with your group. Say you have a small group coaching experience. One thing I like to do is let your group decide on those types of rules. That way they're shaping that experience, giving them the opportunity to decide what behavior is appropriate and what isn't appropriate and how the group will deal with those types of behaviors moving forward is a fantastic thing to do once you've developed that dialogue within your community. let me lead by example. Take your finger, slide it over to the subscribe button and make sure you subscribe. Join us here on the channel. We release new videos every single week, helping you and your small business level up your influence, your authority, and your income online. I remember back in high school, even though I loved school, I was really bored in some of my classes and I just didn't want to go back. I dreaded that third period science class because that teacher was just so boring. All we really did was read the textbook, which I could have done at home, so why did I have to waste my time doing it in class? That's what I thought to myself. And that's exactly what so many of your students are thinking. That's why they're not coming back. They might show up to the first lesson, but after that, they book it. So that's a pretty big problem. If we're getting students in, but no one's graduating, there's something wrong with our course, not something wrong with our students. So I invite you to rethink the way that you're creating content. Are you just sitting and creating course content? Really scripted, make sure your backgrounds and everything's all perfect, have that stripped out personality, try and put on that authoritative character. Is that what you're creating for your students? Is that what they're coming in for? That's really boring. On the other hand, are you creating an engaged live experience where they can interact with you, they can engage, they can shape the stream itself, they can shape the world around them, they can learn more, they can learn quicker? It keeps their attention. It keeps them coming back for more. It's gamification turned up to 11. Having a live stream experience absolutely changed it for my own business. And I know it's changed the businesses of so many of my clients as well. Seeing the way that they're able to get new clients in, qualify them simply by having them listen to their show, nurture their existing customers, convert customers who are still sitting on the fence. Live stream experiences are engaging. They're exciting. Not only do they work for short-term live events that are maybe a day or a couple days long, but they also, more impactfully, work for long-term engagement when you show up on a regular basis. Having that is the single key to success that I want to give to you guys. And the easy way to do it is to just start showing up on a regular basis. Just start being in the same place online at the same time every single week or every single day, sharing your message and collecting your people. Now, if you're already doing that, you're already producing live content on a regular basis, then what I invite you to do is to click the link down below and join us in the live stream analysis. This is an activity that we do with all of our students. We get them to look at their current content through the lens of our Stream 360 framework. This is all of the different areas that we can amplify your message, that we can connect to your people to help them become your ideal clients, hand them off without too much work from you. And so I want you to look at your content, analyze it, work through the videos, work through that workbook, and then I want you to give yourself a score at the end. Feel bold and brave, and you can share your score in the Visibility Hacking Facebook group. You can join us there in visibilityhacking.com. Click the link at the top of the page to become an official visibility hacker. But most importantly, when you're done that live stream analysis, I want you to have a deep think about it. If you don't think that score matches the quality of your brand, then join us for Live Academy and let's take that to the next level. Let's change that score from wherever it is right now and let's turn it up to 11, as I say. Let's crank it up. So you can do that. Click the links down below, get the live stream analysis. Let's see you in Live Academy. And those of you who are still just getting ready to produce your live content, go out there, make a live, get inspired, watch one of these videos. I'll see you in our next one, my friends. Remember, I love you, be excellent to each other, and just go live.